What's going on, everybody? This is a segment from the Nerdgasm Talk podcast. If you like podcasts, well, why don't you come join us as the crew gets silly and Philly while we sit to talk about the latest in comics, games, movies, and all things pop culture. You guys can listen to our whole show on all the podcasts apps. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, wherever you guys get your podcasts from. And make sure you guys also support the channel by subscribing to the Nerd Coalition Studios. And for the gaming needs, make sure you subscribe to Nerd Coalition Level Up. This is the Nerd Coalition. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And now, feel the nerd. We got some news that benefits me. This is why I'm talking about this part on the podcast to start, and that is Mortal Kombat 1 news. And we already, last week on the podcast, I talked about the low numbers that they got at EVO. So Mortal Kombat's been kind of like on a decline a little bit. The game is still selling. Ed Boon said, hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got something for y'all. Because we're about to go into year 2 of Mortal Kombat, what to expect. So Ed Boon on his, first of all, I gotta catch up on these things too, because they put out 2, not 1, 2 Takeda teasers, 2 of them, and I was like, what? Yeah, so I watched it. It wasn't something I need to do a reaction for, a video for. Honestly, I felt as though I didn't need to do stuff like that, but those teasers were good. And the most recent one they had up there with him and Spoken, to show like his whole intro thing after the knockback. That thing was slick. That was slick, and it sounds like the same voice actor. I'm hoping it's the same voice actor. I'm thinking it is the same voice actor that they had for Takeda in Mortal Kombat X. Okay, and I remember, see, my son is a huge Kombat Kids guy. He loved all the Kombat Kids. I was like, I like 3 out of 4 of them, to be honest with you. And I understand that everybody came back in game, but you know, I love Jack and MK11 more so than I like during X. I like Cassie both ways. Takeda was like everybody's favorite, okay? And Kun Jin is everybody hates, okay? So I'm glad that we're getting Takeda back. Maybe we get some Kombat Kids back as cameos. You know, who knows what the way this game is going? But Ed Boon put out on his Twitter page that they're going to have some major changes going into year 2 of Mortal Kombat. So I'm gonna bring it up for you guys, and then we gotta talk about this. So Ed Boon says, we got a decent amount of Mortal Kombat 1 news to share with you all, starting with Takeda, who will be playable the weekend of July 19th exclusively at EVO Fighting Games Tournament in Vegas, which is a big news right there. So players automatically can get chances to play as Takeda during EVO. Then he has Takeda. This Takeda build will also contain upcoming bug fixes and balance patch with significant improvements to roster fighters like Natara, some serious buffs, Li Mei, new pop-up combo strings, that is interesting, Quan Chi's new portal boot kick, which the portal boot kick is actually already a pretty powerful move also, so to extend that is pretty dope also. And then a Scorpion buff to EX teleport. Okay, crazy buff to uppercut jump. Now see, here's the thing right here. So he said crazy buff to uppercut jump. Here's the thing. Nobody uses that, okay? So what he's talking about is there is a way you can go and cancel the uppercut, which I think costs 2 bars of your meter to go up in the air and extend the combo, right? Don't know. I haven't seen that. I know I damn sure don't use it. So when I be watching the tournaments and the competitive players, I don't see them using it. I think it's beautiful way. So if we could do that and do a cancel uppercut, which I mean, when it comes to that, me and my son, because I'm not a pro player, but I don't consider myself a casual neither. I'm like, if I want to train to actually get the money to go to EVO, I could. Would I rank in like the top 100? Probably not, or probably will. But you know what I'm saying. But I know this. When I be playing with him, we be uppercutting all the time. I'm just like, yo, to go and extend, but I never want to waste my bar. I want to save it for the breaker. I want to save it for the EX. I want to save it for all the different things I can use for that. But to jump up in there and continue the combo string in there, that would be without using no meter, bruh, that is something that we could use. But he wasn't done there. He wasn't done there at all. Takeda build also has buffs coming to cameo fighters, including Frost, new ambush move, Scorpion, new ambush move, Sector missile improvements, yes, Cyrax bomb improvements, oh goodness, and Goro, many new ambush cancel options. Goodness. So from Jump Street, Frost with a new ambush move, bro, I can only imagine what that's going to be. Whether it be some of the first, I thought that they would have to put like a plus on block for her ice ball, or something to speed it up because that did come out really really slow. So seeing new stuff like that for cameos also is a big improvement because a lot of people had the issue with cameos. We can get more ambush stuff for cameos, and I agree with that. Only a handful of cameos, if that, have an ambush move. More cameos with more ambush moves and things like that, to really set it and to set things up. Because see, here's the thing. I'm not a competitive player for any fighting game at all, but I love them all the time. And I love craziness to my fighting games. I don't care too much about the rules or where I say balancing. And I know that it could be people that are pro that will get on me about that. And like, that's what the casual talks about. Bro, I've been playing Mortal Kombat since '93, so I've been doing this, and I'm just saying I don't mind crazy shit in the game. So you want to bring more cameos or more ambushes? Absolutely. You want to go get some crazy? That's what cameos is supposed to be for. All the crazy shit you can do in MVC when they had the first assisting and the first Marvel vs. Capcom, bruh. Bring that here. Make them feel like an actual, another fire set. Just add special moves. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. I like all that, man. Hell, they can get another brutality. They can get another fatality. You know what I'm saying? Keep adding. I'm all for that. He goes on to say much more buffs and improvements not listed here. We will be releasing detailed notes on the Takeda build early next week. Good. He said these aren't the only buffs and improvements coming. Not too long ago, we asked for your feedback on which 5 roster fighters you felt could use the most love. Some for cameos, which 5. Same for cameos, which 5 need more love. So people had said Geras agreed, Havoc, Shang Tsung agreed, Sub-Zero, Quan Chi agreed, Natara. I don't play Natara, but my son does. Agreed. Okay. And then he goes and said feedback. I was fully expecting more ambush moves to dominate this survey, but at the end of the day, it seems like more fighters win. So they said for cameos, what do you want to see more? More fighters, ambush moves, more special moves, things like that. And then finally, the big thank you. So when you have a poll like that, you automatically know a lot of casual people are going to be like, hey, give me more characters. And I'm part of that fan, like, hey, I would love to see more cameo fighters in here also. But also, I want the more ambush moves. I do want more special moves for cameo fighters, okay? Because I'm enjoying the cameo system. And like I said, it's the closest I think we're going to get to tag team comic. I know NetherRealm and everyone don't really like the tag team fighting games. And a lot of cash people don't like tag team fighting games. But when it comes to more cameo, this is like the closest I want to get. And I'm happy with that. I know it's not going to be the next one, but this is the most I can get with it. So that stuff is great. And then by the time I'm seeing this, hopefully, the trailer for Takeda is going to be coming out Monday. It's going to be, of course, at 6 a.m. Pacific time, which means 9 a.m. us. And I'm happy because now I'm off that day. And I finally get to check out one of these trailers when I'm home. Okay, that's what I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for Takeda. And then Ferris will come out there soon. So he comes out July 23rd. Then we get all that news about EVO. So I plan on covering what they say at EVO next week on next week's podcast. I'm trying to get back into doing these things weekly, so I plan on doing that. But man, I can't wait for Takeda and these new improvements that's coming to Mortal Kombat 1. I think this should really help out the game. Also, they also said at EVO they're going to be revealing what's coming for year 2 of Mortal Kombat. If y'all had read the leaks or things like that, or the data mine is coming, which I'm gonna say right here, just so y'all know, was it Cyrax, Sector, New Cybot, and then for guest characters, Conan the Barbarian, Ghostface, and T-1000. I'm all for that. Maybe minus Conan the Barbarian. I don't really care too much about Conan the Barbarian. I really, I don't. To be honest with you, I felt as though they're going to do Conan the Barbarian. I thought they probably would have replaced Ash Williams for Conan the Barbarian in Mortal Kombat 11 when he was doing 80s action movie type things like that. But, I'm saying, still, you never know how it plays right by. T-1000? Yeah. I was probably the only one excited for like T-1000, if that is true, you know what I'm saying? But also, Cyrax, Sector, and New Cybot, and of course the story expansion. It's confirmed story expansion is coming. Aftermath 2, or Mortal Kombat 1 Aftermath, how you want to call it. But yeah, I think they're going to announce all that stuff for you too at San Diego Comic-Con. So I can't wait to hear off all that, man. So this like is going to be good. Can't wait for Takeda. I'm going to do my reaction. Make sure y'all stay tuned for all that great stuff like that. But yeah, it's going to be something good next week. I'm ready. I can't wait for it.